The Middle East stands on the edge of a knife. As the United States continues a sweeping military buildup across the region, Iran is sending unmistakable signals. It is ready for war. Behind closed doors in Geneva, Iranian and U.S. negotiators sat across the table for 3.5 tense hours. Abbas Araghchi, Iran's top diplomat, spoke of guiding principles. But for the United States, there was no concession, no acknowledgement of the red lines set by President Donald Trump. Diplomacy, it seems, is teetering on the brink. According to a CNN report, the White House has been briefed. U.S. forces could be ready to strike by the weekend. Air and naval assets have surged into position in the Gulf, a shadow of war casting over the region. Meanwhile, Iran has been quietly but methodically preparing. Missile facilities shattered in last year's conflict with Israel are rising from the rubble. Satellite images of the Imam Ali missile base in Khorramabad show repairs underway. 3 structures rebuilt, others under construction. Launch silos, critical to Iran's ballistic capabilities, are being restored. At Tabriz Air Base, damaged runways and taxiways have been repaired. In the north, missile bases previously bombed are reopening. Even Hamadan Air Base in the west has been repaired, cratered runways filled, aircraft shelters reconstructed. Shakhrud, Iran's largest solid propellant missile facility, now hums with activity, potentially producing missiles faster than ever. Iran is not only rebuilding, it is fortifying. Nuclear sites, once vulnerable, are now buried under concrete and soil, hardened against airstrikes. At Pickaxe Mountain, near Natanz, fresh concrete shields tunnel entrances. At Talagan 2, a concrete sarcophagus encases the facility. And at the 7th of Tier industrial complex near Isfahan, centrifuge production structures have been rebuilt. Leadership has been reshaped for wartime readiness. Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has strengthened the Supreme National Security Council. War veterans like Ali Shamkhani, once targeted by Israeli strikes, now lead the new Defense Council. Their mission? Prepare for the unthinkable, defend against decapitation strikes, and ensure continuity under fire. Inside Iran, dissent is also being crushed. Protests that erupted in January over economic hardship have been met with force. Thousands killed, countless more arrested. Reformists detained, accused of undermining the state. The regime moves with calculated paranoia, ensuring loyalty, obedience, and control. And on the waters of the Persian Gulf, Iran flexes its muscle. Naval drills close parts of the Strait of Hormuz. Joint exercises with Russia demonstrate the ability to disrupt global shipping. The IRGC's gunboats and drones test U.S. defenses. Every move sends a message: war will be costly. Experts warned this is not a repeat of last June. Iran has rebuilt, hardened, and prepared. Every missile, every bunker, every command post speaks a single chilling truth. Any conflict will not be swift, and the cost will be measured in lives, power, and global disruption. The question now hangs heavy in the air. Will diplomacy hold, or will the region descend into war that could change the course of history? The countdown has begun.
Jared was responsible for the Abraham Accords, which is incredible. Nobody else could have done that. A very smart guy. And we're making Jared an envoy also, envoy of peace. They're both envoys of peace. And you couldn't get two. I tell you what, I watch these two guys. I say, at least we're covered from an IQ standpoint. These two guys walk into a room. But people like them both. The war in Gaza is over. It's over. There are little flames, little flames. Hamas has been, I think they're going to give up their weapons, which is what they promised. If they don't, it'll be, they'll be harshly met, very harshly met. They don't want that. But I want to thank every nation that helped us achieve this monumental breakthrough, saving countless lives, and really bringing peace and bringing the concept of peace, because nobody thought peace in the Middle East. I've always heard peace in the Middle East is impossible, and it's turned out not to be. And we do have some work to do with Iran. They can't have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. You can't have peace in the Middle East if they have a nuclear weapon. And they can't have a nuclear weapon, and they've been told that very strongly. And to end that, we have today, and I'm pleased to announce that Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, UAE, Morocco, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Uzbekistan, and Kuwait have all contributed more than $7 billion toward the relief package. That's great. Thank you, fellas. Thank you. And many more are contributing, too. So the numbers are, this just started. This is our first meeting. But every dollar spent is an investment in stability and the hope of new and harmonious. It's a region that's so important. It's so vibrant. It's so incredible. The people are so incredible, but we want to have a harmonious Middle East. The Middle East is amazing. So many friends in the Middle East. They're so smart. Sometimes they're too energetic. That's a lot of people aren't energetic. Sometimes they're a little bit too energetic. These are great people. The world is now waiting on Hamas, and that's taking place. And it's the only thing that's right now standing in the way. We have Lebanon with certain things that we're working on that are very important. We have to solve the problem of Lebanon, but it's relatively small in terms of what's been done. I'm excited to announce that Norway has agreed to host an event bringing together the Board of Peace. Oh, I thought when I saw this note, I'm excited to announce that Norway, I thought they were going to say that they're giving me the Nobel Prize. Oh, this is less exciting. Oh, it says, I'm excited to announce that Norway, and I'm saying, oh, great, I'm getting the Nobel Prize, finally. Finally, they got it right. But I don't care. I don't care about Nobel Prize. I care about saving lives, just so you understand. We play and we all, do what we have to do. I only have one thing. I don't want to see people killed from parts of the world that are very far away from the United States. And if I have an ability to turn off wars, I want to use that ability because it's people, millions of people. It's like the Prime Minister said, 25 million people maybe. And that's a small number compared to what it could have been if you really think about it, right? No, I want to save lives, and I don't care about prizes.